Hey, it's Teapot. So I've been working off camera here at this greenhouse. Yeah, I know it's not the most pretty thing right now. It's still in the rough stages, and I did want something that was more of an organic shape to it. I didn't want just a box. So I'm trying to make these things more, rounded or slanted, more of a dome shape than just a regular thing. Over here, I've got all the different flowers that I've gathered so far in some little pots. Got some vines over here that I'll be able to harvest whenever I need vines. Got a little bit of a lookout here that looks out over all of the different tree uh, sapling types that I've got. If I continue around again, I had a separate little walkway that goes down here, and I want to kind of reconstruct a lush cave down here. I've got some glow lichen, I've got some hanging roots, rooted dirt and vines down here. Over here, I mentioned the saplings that I've got. I eventually also want to put kind of like a desert area in the middle so I can have cactuses and also the dried bushes. But if you look, I've also, I've got the regular bushes, and then I've also got some ferns as well hiding around. And then down here in this little lagoon here, I'm going to tweak this a little bit, but I've got some lily pads and some seagrass. So used to be able to bone seagrass. I think you just have to bone meal, yeah, bone meal the bottom so I can make that bottom seagrass. That's the whole idea, is that the plants here would be bone mealable. So if I needed more uh, pink dye, I could just bone meal these peonies. Or if I needed some more of this yellow dye, I could just bone meal these wildflowers. And that's the idea, is that this is kind of a farm area for me as well. If I need some hanging roots, I can go down here and bone meal these and get some hanging roots. So I've got a nice little area here. I've got some stuff that's missing, obviously. I've got all the lush cave stuff as well as some of the desert stuff. And then I also have the pale forest stuff. I would like to get some more of those pale forest flowers, the bloom lights and the hanging vines from the forest. And then, I might expand this a little bit later and have, another area here. And then what I'm really thinking about doing is kind of making this more of a bridge that has the water kind of flowing down into this valley. Because I really like the lookout aspect of this, where I can just look out at this valley. And yeah, I've got this huge tower going up to my resin farm. Keep in mind that eventually I will have another portal up there, and I'll be able to use the Nether Hub system to kind of organize it. But that's what I want to do today. Is I kind of want to go roaming about my world and getting some of the stuff that I need to get from other places. So that's kind of our objective. Was digging under my base and I found emerald number 4. All right, we've been exploring a bit, and we found this nice little naturally formed tree. You'll also notice right here we've got some naturally formed rooted dirt. So this looks like a wonderful place. Also, I picked up a puppy along the way, so I'm going to go ahead and set him down. This looks like a wonderful place to go ahead and start the dig down. So the idea here is that this rooted dirt is going to kind of extend down and show you the uh, where the lush cave is. The lush cave is going to go down to where the lush cave is. So of course I've also got the opportunity to pick up all this wonderful rooted dirt, but I also want to kind of straddle the line here. And oh, look at that, we've already got a little water system here and more lush cave. So let's go ahead and, or this isn't the lush cave, this is just opens up to the water biome over here. So I'm going to need to dig down a little bit more, and because it's underwater, it's going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to go ahead and try not to drown. I'll get up to a certain level where I can block the dirt down. Now I should be able to block this dirt, and now this is going to be a little air pocket that I can go ahead and light up. I'm going to put a torch on either side so I know that I need to dig straight up from here. And, you know, digging straight down is one of the things you just don't do in Minecraft, but it's okay to do it as long as you're straddling a couple of blocks. Okay, I'm not sure if this is just another, goodness, this keeps going down quite a bit. Am I going to be able to get it? Let's see, I'm going to have to figure out something here. So I'm going to go ahead and just go straight down. Try not to drown. So again, this should make a nice little air pocket. I'm going to put a couple other torches here, and hopefully there's no more water directly underneath me, because otherwise I'm going to run into a problem. Let me go ahead and fill up, or no, stop that. Let me go ahead and top up my food bar. But you notice that the rooted dirt keeps going down, so that means that my lush cave is still down farther and farther. And it's entirely possible that this lush cave is going to be down like at y negative something. So I'm going to take this opportunity to pick up some of this. Oh, yeah. Keep bringing. There's lots of water around here. Let's see, do I have... there we go. At least that way I can stop that. Just want to try and make sure I get all of this iron, because having the iron is rather convenient, but I also need to get rid of this water source. There we go. Fill this in, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick a torch there, and we'll keep digging down. We've got some more water here, but we're starting to see that the lush cave. We see the moss here, and we see axolotl swims, which is always nice. And if I look down, then I can see this kind of opens up to some swampy water, but I can see the moss here. I'm going to go ahead and put another torch here and here, and hopefully this will open up. Maybe? No, it doesn't look like it's opening up to anything, and I'm worried I'm going to drown. So I'm going to keep my little pocket of air, hopefully. Goodness, this is going to be lots of fun. I was hoping that I'd be able to get more stuff, and I'm curious, does this just keep going down more? And it looks like it does. It looks like it goes down to here, and now I can see the best parts of a lush cave. So now you can see that rooted dirt. I'm going to go ahead and leave this waterfall here, because that's going to be a nice way to get back up to where I need to get. Notice that I'm right at the level where the stone is starting to turn into the deep slate. But notice that I have the acacia trees, and I've got these berries here. It's also a nice little gathering of iron. So let's go ahead and gather that up. So what I'm going to do is just pick up some resources here, and anything that's interesting we'll go ahead and talk about on camera. All right, so we picked up some glowberries. I've got a bundle, so I'll go ahead and put some of this loose stuff in here so that I can pick it all up. That way I don't have to worry about too much loose stuff in here. But I definitely want to get some more of these glowberries. I definitely want to, I want to get some of the other benefits that you have of a Lush cave. And it looks like the Lush cave keeps going down pretty deep. Luckily, so does my water. So I think I'm going to use it. And it looks like the Lush cave is going down. You can see that we've got lots of clay here. I've got a glow squid hiding up over there, and you can see you've got these particles coming, which means there's going to be one of those huge flowers up in the sky, which is going to be something real nice to collect and take home. All right, so let's go ahead and, ouch, that was not what I wanted to do. Especially not at this level, because there are probably lots of dangerous mobs down here. You can kind of see the skeleton hiding down there. I'll go and eat a little bit more before I choose to engage it. Okay, so we'll add a little bit more light. Is that a creeper that's there? I think that is a creeper. Just, that's just a zombie. It's hard to tell because it's quite dark down here. So what I'll do is I'll put a torch down here. That zombie can come around, and I'm going to try and get those flowers, which means I may need to pillar up. Good, now we're both in the water. We're both on even footing. There we go. So what I really need to do is kind of light this area up because it is a hazardous place for me. But it's also a really nice cave, pretty deep, pretty dark. It's not the deep dark, but it's up there. But what I can do is I can go ahead and, nope, let's not do that. Stop. And there I am dead. That's wonderful. Luckily, I've got my bed back here. I guess I'll try and make my way back to that Lush cave. All right, so we are back here at our hill. I'm going to go ahead and set my bed. All right, we are back at our hill. There's the hole that we dug. I'm going to go ahead and set my bed right here, set my spawn, so I'll respawn back there. I'm going to put a torch up here just to make this area a little bit safer when I come back, if I need to come back. I've got a hole down to water. Remember that we're going to have to dig down. And this is going to take us down to the next hole, which I need to get some air before I go any further down. Get some air. Come down again. And this was where we came in, but keep in mind that all of our stuff is down here, which we'll need to get into this water and find all the things that fell. Preferably not have it blow up with creepers. Nope. There we go. Preferably not die again soon. So I'm going to climb up and eat a bit. to eat a little bit more. My inventory is pretty full of stuff, but should be able to get down to take care of the zombie. The zombies weren't just like recurring. All right, so that's that zombie down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and torch up some stuff. Try and make this a little bit more safe place. Get that bundle. Throw some iron in there as well. Got some spiders down here. Okay, that's one spider down. Let's go ahead and get this other spider. A couple of zombies coming in. Let's try not to get ping-ponged too much. Nope. That didn't work the way I was expecting. Luckily we have our spawn here and I can still get down in the water. And luckily I can get down pretty quickly. All right, so there's the zombie. There's all my stuff. This time I don't have any armor or other things. At least. Oh. Goodness, stop it. I'm going to do the old spam attack because these zombies are not fun. Maybe I can run over here and get my stuff quickly. Okay, I've got an axe on the hotbar, so I can at least go over that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tactical retreat. Just come up here. Going to armor up. Should have been some pants somewhere. I'll have to find those pants. But I can also eat up. Sword on. Okay, so I've got all my equipment on. I'm missing a pair of pants, but other than that, I think we're doing okay. Now with the sword on the bar, I should be able to come down here. Water is not making my life easy. There we go. Finally knocks out the zombie. Let's add some more torches because it's dark down here. There's a zombie down there, but I'm going to tidy up my food stores. at least. I think I'll be able to get both of those, but what's hitting me? Okay. So is there a spawner, or is it just reinforcements? That is a lot of zombies. Okay, there's one down. There's a second one down. See if we can get these. Okay, that one's gone. That one got me. Okay, and that leaves you. Good. All right. So no zombies coming this way. Should have no zombies coming anywhere near here. Did I ever pick up my pants? I never did pick up my pants, so I've lost my pants. I have a feeling that they just got blown farther away. I can put a torch there. Okay, we got another zombie. Good, that zombie's going down. I can at least put something on the bar. And I want to try and get those things up there. Those petals. So I'm going to go ahead and build up. Once I build up to a certain height, I should only have to worry about the skeletons. All right, so now I need to find those flowers. So what I can do is I can just kind of knock these down so I can see through them. Find out where the flowers are, and it looks like there's a flower in that direction. So I should be able to just tappy tap over. Let's keep going. So I should be close enough to this flower to get. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Come over a couple of blocks. And do I have shears? I do have shears. So let's go ahead and put some shears on and see if we can shear this off. And I have the spore blossom. Excellent. Now there was another spore blossom over here as well, but I'm also going to just torch this up to keep myself safe before I come back over here. I'll need to come back and get that clay eventually. Where was the other spore blossom? I'm not seeing it. I may need to go back down to base level to see it. It's interesting how that redstone is lit up like something was walking on it. Okay, so I'm seeing the zombies now. So I should be able to just swing pretty soon. Let's do another. There now. Okay, you're close enough for me to hit. All right, and what I can do is I can kind of pick up a lot of this stuff, maybe throw another torch. There's some more diamonds, which is always nice to find. Felt an arrow whiz by me. Probably need to be careful of that. So the thing is, I have vines, I have the glowberries, and I have the spore blossom, which is kind of the big things that we wanted. There's another spore blossom over there, though. I was so close to it as well. Interesting. So I guess, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't drown. That would be a nice thing. Let's try not drowning. Okay, so there's a spore blossom over there. So I can get relatively underneath it, then tower up. Let's go ahead and get our shears. That should have made it fall straight down. And so it's not a great journey that we had here. We did die twice, but these caves are kind of dangerous. What poisoned me? Bogs. Oh, that's right. We are in a swamp biome. I forgot about that. So we have bogs down there. Nice to know that we need to worry about poison. All right. But I think we're at the point where we can expedite our retreat out of here. So I'll see you back up on the surface. All right, so we're now back up on the surface. So I'm going to need to figure out some way to get up out of here. It is daylight out there, which is rather nice. So I'm going to come over here and make this a way that I can actually build up. That brings us up to here. I can get a little bit more of this rooted dirt. And I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to continue my journey. I thought I saw some frogs over here, but I don't have any slime balls, so I really can't breed them at this point. But like we said, we see those frogs over there. So it might be a good idea to come back at some point and maybe breed those frogs. Well, let's get our dog. Let's get our bundles that we have and put stuff in the bundles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this loose stuff that I really don't need to be loose. I've got 2 spore blossoms, got gunpowder string, I got some moss. Um, yeah, the only thing I'm a little, whoa! I guess there was a creeper. That's no good. Let's admit that this is one of the most peculiar structures that I've seen playing Minecraft. Just the sand and stone kind of hanging up above. Got a nice little flower forest off to the left, but I want to investigate this. It's not even a desert, it's a beach that just seems to have everything hanging above it. What are we looking at? Chords here. 209, negative 2200. You basically got this pile of sand here, and then above you've got all this stone that just kind of goes up. You got these stone dirt piles sticking up out of the sand. You've got, that's a ship over there. Interesting. It's a peculiar structure, just seeing just the sand and stone just hanging out there in the middle. We'll do a real quick recap of what I did down here. So I talked about how I was going to use this cave here. So I put some of the uh, the things we found in our lush cave, some of the clay, spore blossoms. I've bone mealed some of the glow lichen and brought some of the glowberries out. The glowberries are doing all of the lighting. There's no torches in here. Kind of got water coming down like it's a spring that's filling up this little bed up here. And then I have more of the water coming out through here, little glowberries providing some light, into the lake that I created out here, this little stream right here. And then I've also created a little bridge where you can see the water is coming out and down that area. It's nice flowing water, going down to what I've kind of shaped out to be a little waterfall down into a river. I need to break this out to kind of a better waterfall, but I eventually want to get this out to a full flowing river. I've also created a little desert area here, so you can see you got some of the dried bushes here, some of the cactuses. So we've got a really nice little garden area. What I still need to do is kind of flesh out the glass part of the greenhouse. But I'll need to put some more pots out here to put those tulips up here. I got a couple of the tulips up here, but I need a few more pots. The one thing that I wasn't able to find in that lush cave, and I'm going to have to keep looking, is I wanted to get some of the drip leaf down here. But I need drip leaf, and then I also am going to need some axolotls and uh, some of the other bucket stuff. So in our next episode, we're actually going to be taking a look at our bucket list. We're going to take care of everything that you can get with buckets, and that's where we're headed. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.